And
So this is my best friend, Erin. Okay, so first question is, when you were like, I'm gonna write, you like transition from painting.
I have an answer.
Okay.
Well, the answer is this. I went to OCAD to draw and paint, thinking I wanted to be an artist, and that was straight out of high school, and that's what I was doing in high school. I was painting, and I was pretty good at it, but so I thought, this is what I'll pursue, and I'm super artsy, you know, I'm in an artsy group of friends, they play music, I paint, and like, it made sense to me at the time, but when I went to university for art, or drawing and painting, each time I had a project or an assignment to do, I was never satisfied with the outcome. Never was able to produce in visual form or execute the idea I had in my head. But like, there were some paintings that I could not spend very much time on at all and fail. And then other paintings, I was like working and reworking, and it was never what I wanted it to be. So anyways, I switched to the only program in the school where I didn't make art.
Sorry, so then you switched over.
I spent the rest of my degree, it wasn't curatorial practice or criticism that I wanted to pursue, but it was build a foundation of knowledge that I wanted to have. Creative writing, creative nonfiction in 2015 was like
the pivotal.
That was the point when
with Catherine.
I took a course, creative nonfiction writing, when I had never written creatively before. I had only done academic writing. And when I applied myself in a creative form, writing nonfiction is when the
magic.
Everybody wants to express themselves creatively who's a creative person, and it's like, how best do you do that? But I could get to a point in my writing, my creative nonfiction writing, where I was happy with the outcome, and it was what I wanted. I was able to say what I wanted to say.
So I TA'd for a little bit, and that, you know, you're grading essays, and it's just like, you can tell who has an inclination for writing and who doesn't.
Being a TA and being in the academic field, like, you did a master's in philosophy, your undergrad and master's in philosophy, and all you've been exposed to was academic writing. The longer I've had time away from academic writing and OCAD, the more down to earth and conversational I want my writing to be.
Kristen Roupenian can write a fucking short story, and like, then you can too.
But Kristen Roupenian, and I read that collection of short stories. That was the best one in her collection. And also Cat Person, and which was a great story. Like, I don't even know.
Okay, for example, like Chuck Palahniuk, I read his book Choke. Stupid fucking premise. It's about this guy in a restaurant who waits for people to choke and then saves them so he can have like that high of having saved someone's life. Swearing as like, it's like, oh, I'm swearing, this is subversive. And it's like, fuck that, are you kidding me? No one is shocked
subversive
by swearing.
Yeah, no, when you describe like human anatomy like it is like car parts, that's like subversive, or the other way around.
I need to reread Cat Person, but I remember reading it and thinking, I have felt that way on a date so many times.
I don't even know. Yeah, it's so relatable.
Okay, like specifically, there's this one part, I think, where, for those of you who have not read Cat Person, read Cat Person, come back.
New Yorker. Is it New York Times or New Yorker?
New Yorker. The basic premise is like, this young college student meets this older man. I think she works at like a movie theater. They go on a date after they had been texting for a couple days or maybe a week, and during that time she, like, as we all do, romanticize.
Build this person up.
Yeah, exactly. Build this person up in your mind, because that's so easy to do with text.
You like fill in the blanks.
Yeah,
you're like,
you fill in the fucking blanks. That's what we all do. We always fill in the blanks positively. We never color in the shades.
So true.
And it's just like,
so weird.
It's like, for balance, we should just do that. Like, it's like, next time I'm like talking to some guy in a fucking dating app, I just need to be like, for every positive attribute I assume he has, I need to counterweight that. You know what I mean? So
he doesn't rinse his dishes when he puts them in the sink.
Yeah.
But then you could be pleasantly surprised.
But anyway, she actually ends up meeting up with him and realizes, I actually don't know this person.
They're hooking up, and he's into it and she's not.
Right.
And
yeah.
there's like such remove in the hookup scene
Oh yeah.
where
and that
she's just going along with it because she
horrible.
can't really say no. And that stood out to me so much because of how relatable it was. Like how many times I've continued doing something,
Me too.
not enjoying it, but just done it because it's like, right, well, we'll just get through this and then
Yeah,
it won't happen
because
again. Like, it's not that big of a
stopping
deal.
it, it's more
Is
uncomfortable,
more uncomfortable,
and like
yeah.
insufferable in our mind, though it might not actually be. But the fear of doing that actually is worse in that moment
Yeah.
than stopping it, even though that sounds really bad.
Yeah, and the end is when he continues to text her.
I
and
just
she
remember
doesn't
his
reply.
text messages,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then it ends being like, hey, do you want to hang out again? Like, hey, how's it
Oh,
going?
yeah,
Hey,
he sends
hello?
me horrible.
hello? Fucking cunt, whore, slut, and like it's just a series of
Yeah.
texts from his end, and
Oh
she doesn't
my
answer.
God.
And then it ends on that, like where it's just like cunt, whore, you fucking slut, and then it just ends. Yeah.
So crazy.
So good.
So crazy.
I know.
We answered one question, so that's
I
good.
think he actually did get an answer.
Yeah, we got an answer, but we also derailed like 20 times. So thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks
Pearl
for
and
tuning in.
Erin's
Novel
Cozy
idea.
Corner. Oh, novel idea.